Very nice. Almost done. Almost done. 2, 1, and done. All right. Woo!
TopFitPros.com.
I think you know by now that I don't hold back. I give you the good stuff right from the start, okay? I'm not charging you for it. Here you are. You may not even know me, but you know, if you've been watching these other videos, that I'm giving you the good stuff. And this is important. How do you close the sale? You've got a client in front of you. You've just done an assessment. You've gotten through it. How do you close the sale? Because there's so many ways to mess that up. And most people do. That's why conversion rates are so low in this industry. People get, 75% or more of the people that come to them to get assessed walk out the door without signing up for training. That should not happen. Okay, if you know what you're doing and you're really good at being a personal trainer, then you need to be able to convert that person to a client when they come in. If you can help them, you need to be able to convey to them that you're the right person that can help them. So how do you do that? Well, first of all, don't get into saying, me, I have this qualification and that qualification. All that information should be somewhere where they already know about it. In a brochure, online, got your bio. By the time they come to see you, they should have read all that stuff. So don't start talking about how great you are, okay? That's not going to help you. Not in that moment. Not in the moment of you've just finished the assessment. All that stuff should be background that they already have on you. So when you're in that moment of having gone through the assessment, now you've identified what their needs are, and you know, if you're doing this assessment right, you know how those needs are things that you are particularly well suited to resolve for them. You're not going to do an assessment, at least I hope you're not going to do an assessment that's trying to uncover things that you really don't know what you're doing about. You're looking to find the things where you're really good at helping somebody to get over those issues, whatever those issues are, the things that are holding them back from reaching their goals. And you are particularly well suited, educated, qualified, certified to be able to help them to resolve those issues. Okay? So how do you convey that to them? Well, first of all, by identifying the issues in such a way and through an assessment that makes it clear to them that you know what their issues are, that you have found those issues that they may not have even been aware of, but they're resonating with them, that yes, those are issues that they have, and those are things that are going to hold them back from reaching their goals and probably have been holding them back from reaching their goals in the past. If you can communicate those kinds of things, then it is somewhat implied that you know how to resolve those. But the next step, of course, is that you do explain how you're going to resolve those. Don't go into a lot of detail, just broad brush explanation of what your strategic path is to resolving those issues. And then, once you've laid out that path, then you ask them about what their schedule is. Yeah, you didn't go and say, so here's my price structure and here's what I want you to pay me. You're going to ask them about their schedule. Now if they say, well, wait, hold on, what's the cost? Then sure, yeah, get into it. Give them all the particulars. Give them as close a dollar amount as you can come up with as to what they need. Now, there's some people out there that really go for the big sales. They're going to try to sell 100 sessions to this person, try to get thousands of dollars out of them up front. And I don't do that. Now, I'm not saying that's wrong, but I think, there are all kinds of problems with that. You get somebody who's committed to you for this super long period, and maybe they're not going to be happy with that long term. But usually, The big problem that I see with selling 100 sessions is you probably have to super discount your time. Because you're going to give some discount for 10 sessions and more discount for 20. I don't sell more than 20 at a time. Because I figure if they buy 20, when they get through that 20, they're going to come back and buy another 20 from me. And they're going to buy another 20 and another 20. Because when they've spent 20 hours with me, they ought to want to keep training with me. And that's the way it should be for you. So don't worry about selling them 200 sessions and getting a big check. Because that big check is going to be really hard to swallow once you've done 100 sessions and you've still got 100 more and you only charged them $40 an hour for the whole thing. It wasn't enough. Okay? It wasn't enough to make it worth your time. So don't discount it way down to get a huge bunch of sessions, but do get them interested in coming to you for enough sessions that you can make an impact on them and get them to realize that your services really have great value. So it comes down to identifying the needs. So you've got the needs, we talked about that before, and then how those needs can be met through your services. That's the feature and benefit part of selling. And then the close is making those appointments. Getting them to fill out the profile, the PAR queue that people do in the industry to tell you about their issues and to waive liabilities so that you do the paperwork. So, and then before they leave, you may ask, if you write the check now, then, I don't have to charge you for the time, so I don't want you to be tied up in the first session that you're paying for, just processing paperwork. But it's up to you. You could pay when you come back, or you could pay now. And a lot of the time, big percentage of the time, people want to pay right now while they're not paying you for your time. And then you have a check when they walk out the door, and you've got that package of sessions paid for, and they're your client.
TopFitPros.com